Welcome everyone, thank you so much for joining in. So since you guys already saw in the thumbnail, today we are not just only going to talk about Bitcoin but also include Ethereum and Solana, these three hype coin at this current stage. And I want to show you some very interesting scenario unfolding right now with these three coins in the immediate short term and also in the upcoming days. So all Ethereum, Bitcoin and Solana holders, this video is specially for you. So guys, without wasting any time, now let's jump into the content. If we look at this price action of Bitcoin in a daily time frame, I want to add two different scenarios that we have to take into consideration. First here, if you look at the price movement, we're using this ascending channel, guys. This ascending channel right now makes a lot of sense because with each and every price movement to the upside, whenever we approach the top of the channel, you can see we got a rejection plenty of time. Also this bigger retracement what we had after getting rejection from the upper line area of this ascending channel, where did we found support at the lower line area of this same ascending channel. And again, you can see with each and every price pullback, this ascending channel has not just only acted as a support in the current price movement but also in the past Bitcoin price movement. So that's why for us this ascending channel right now makes a lot of sense, not just only because of this upper line resistance line or the lower line support area but also the central line. If you monitor the price movement around that range, rejection, support with each and every price movement. So that's why right now if we do see any sort of a movement here to the upside, this same line could be again acting as a resistance, the central line, right? And if the price of Bitcoin right now is going to see some more pullback before an actual movement to play out, the lower line area of this ascending channel could be acting as a strong line of support. Not just only the lower line area, but we also have CPR support around that price range. This CPR line is a leading indicator and that's why I trust this line more than other indicators. But now you can see if we do see any sort of a price pullback along with this lower line area of this ascending channel, also the top CPR line, this top CPR line that is lying around $46,080, around that range, we do have some strong line of support. And if we do see a pullback around that range, I am actually expecting a strong bounce from that support line. And now let's also look at this price structure in a bit different way. I mean in a smaller time frame. So if we monitor this price movement in a 4-hour time frame, I'm keeping it very simple. If you take this parabolic curves type of scenario for Bitcoin, guys, you can see with each and every price retracement, right, this parabolic curve line always acted as a strong line of support. And we are also aware if the price of Bitcoin is going to see another pullback type of scenario, then again, just like with the previous example, the 46,000 range, right, and also the lower line area of this ascending channel and this parabolic line here could be acting as a strong line of support if we do see any sort of a pullback around this range. But also guys, one thing, what if the price of Bitcoin starts a new rally without any sort of a retracement? What kind of price movement could be playing out in that case? Let me show you this one scenario here. So now if we look at this price action again in a smaller time frame, we are aware about this price structure that we talked about in yesterday's video because we saw the price of Bitcoin here was forming this bull flag type of scenario. We had a breakout, but now we are again seeing this price retracement. What does this actually mean? Because if we go back here, right, and look at the similar price movement what we had with Bitcoin price action, you can see a movement here to the upside, price also from this parallel channel type of scenario here, again a breakout, didn't last it longer, again a retracement, right? That's why what I'm actually trying to show you here is that if we are also forming another pullback type of scenario, it doesn't mean the trend is bearish and we are going to see a move here in this manner. This could also play out just like this one here, guys, right? Just like this one here. Let me show you in this manner, a pullback, breakout, again consolidation, and again a movement here in this manner. The reason why this kind of scenario actually also make a lot of sense is because if you just take this Fibonacci extension line, not the retracement but the extension from this low till this high, right? Because we want to look at this price movement in case if this is going to continue to the upside. Now, if we look at this here, you can see exactly when we reach the 0.382 Fibonacci extension line, we got a strong resistance and also a pullback. And where are we finding support right now? Exactly at this 0.236 Fibonacci extension line. So yesterday, if you have watched my video, I did talk about this price movement. If the price of Bitcoin does manages to break this resistance and flip it into support, then there is a very likely scenario this trend is going to continue. But we got a rejection, you can see here. So now what we want, if the price does remain above this 0.236, then maybe we could try one more time to break here to the upside, just like from the past Bitcoin price action. But if we fail here to find support, and if we are also going to continue this rally here to the downside, then with the previous example, we know around this parabolic curve and also the lower line area of this ascending channel with the CPI line, we do have some strong line of support lying around for Bitcoin around this 46,000 range. So these are some of the scenario I wanted to share with you regarding Bitcoin. Now let's jump into Ethereum price action. So you can see, guys, we are also going to start this analysis here in a daily time frame for Ethereum, because we are aware in a daily, for us, the most important line of support we have to hold is this rising trend line from January 2021. With each and every price pullback, you can see this rising trend line was a strong line of support for Ethereum. Once we got a rejection from this support, you can see we even saw bigger pullback. But we somehow managed to break out of it, and again the same line is acting as a support. So what does this actually mean? In our case, guys, if we monitor the price movement around this range, if we do see another pullback, we want the price of Ethereum to find support at any cost around this rising trend line. Why is this so important to find support at least around this rising trend lines? Because if you monitor the price structure here, guys, let me show you this in a bit different way, okay? So if you would simply look at this price movement, what can you see? We might be forming head and shoulder type of scenario if the neckline gets broken. So you can see here, if this neckline is going to get broken, right, or the support from this rising trend line is going to get broken, then this could be playing out as a head and shoulder type of scenario. So according to this head and shoulder, the downward price movement looks very, very ugly. If we do see a breakdown, you can see around $2,450. So if the rising trend line is going to hold the price, even if we do see any sort of a pullback, then we could still expect some sort of a movement here to the upside, because this line was always a strong line of support for Ethereum. So that's why, guys, for us, this neckline is one of the strongest line of support, and also we have to hold this if this trend wants to continue here to the upper direction. But if we look at this in a smaller time frame around this price range, let me also show you this one very, very interesting scenario playing out. Now if we look at this in a 4-hour time frame, very, very simple, guys. Just look at the price movement using this descending channel. If you monitor the price movement inside the descending channel, we can see very clearly how the price is moving. Resistance, right? Support at the lower line area, resistance. So now if the price of Ethereum is going to see any sort of a pullback, also regarding this descending channel, the neckline, which I just showed you in a daily time frame, must hold the price, right? This one here, the neckline must hold the price at any cost. So that's why this pullback here must find support around above this 3,000 area. So this 3,000 should not be broken. So this are some of the scenario what I see right now looking at the price action of Ethereum. Now let's jump into Solana. So for Solana, I'm going to keep it very, very simple. If you look at this pattern, price pattern, once the price broke out of this falling trend line, you can see we started this new move here to the upward direction. Again, consolidation, price started getting resistance around this falling trend line, but once we broke out of this falling trend line, we started a new move here to the upside. And now we are finding some sort of a rejection. What does this mean? Right now, I am actually expecting a pretty similar scenario, just like here from the past price action, guys. Similar scenario, just like here from past price action. Why? Because if you simply add another rising trend line, you will see that the top actually makes a lot of sense. This rising trend line indicated us that, hey, this was the top. Right? As soon as we came around this rising trend line, the resistance, and this is exactly where we are also finding ourselves getting rejection. So this is also indicating maybe we could see some sort of a price movement here in this manner before again breaking here to the upside. And let me show you in a daily time frame why this actually make a lot of sense. In a daily, guys, if you just use this log scale, right, and look at the price movement, you can see this descending triangle breakout type of scenario, right? We broke out of this upper line area, started this new trend. Again, you can see here, broke out of this descending triangle, the upper line area, started new trend here to the upper direction. And now, if this is also going to be a pretty similar scenario, then maybe first I'm going to monitor this price movement around this area, right, as a potential, a smaller descending triangle type of scenario, right, a movement here in this manner. If it is going to be a bigger pullback, right, not finding support around this 130 to 133 range, then this one here, right? So this is how I see right now a price movement, just like here from the past action, to play out for Solana as well. Let me also show you the price movement here in a smaller time frame and why this actually makes a lot of sense. So now, if we look at this in a 4-hour time frame, guys, very simple. Simply add this rising trend line. You can see this rising trend line was a strong line of support, right? You can see we broke out of it. We started this rally here to the downside. What does this actually means now? Because you can see as soon as we broke out of this support from this rising trend line, we also started this downward rally. But we are aware, even though this is a small pullback type of scenario what we are witnessing, if you simply add this falling trend line or descending channel, let's say descending channel, we can clearly see the price has broken out of this upper line resistance. This upper line was a strong line of resistance. You can see with each and every price movement, after reaching the upper line area of the descending channel, we saw a pullback, but now we have broken out of it, but still seeing some sort of a weakness here in a smaller time frame. So what does this actually mean? So if this is going to be a new trend at any cost, guys, we are not allowed to break below this upper line area of this descending channel, because if we do see a bigger pullback and price coming around this upper line area, we could get a strong support around this price range of $140 to $135. Why? Because this same line was a strong line of resistance here in the past price action. So that's why, guys, and why the price movement, if we do see any sort of a pullback, what we have to do is we are not allowed to close below this previous low. And why is this so important? Because if you would now simply add a new price structure here in this manner, after breaking out of this descending channel, guys, if we are going to start this new movement here in this manner, then we have to find and hold support around this lower line area of this ascending channel, the new ascending channel we could be forming here. So if we do see support around this area, then we could be starting this new higher highs, higher lows continuation pattern. So these are some of the scenarios I see right now looking at the price action of Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Solana. Guys, if you enjoyed my work, then please hit the like button. And for those individuals watching this for the first time, come on guys, hit that subscribe button and the bell. Now, by saying this, I'm signing out. My name is Anup. Bye bye, guys.